Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a 2024 Jeep Wrangler 4xE. And this one also has the Rubicon package. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this Wrangler. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions, just ask for Colby. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a hybrid 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that's also paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 375 horsepower and then 470 pound-feet of torque. Now the MPGe rating with this system is 49. If you don't have any hybrid assistance whatsoever, you can get 20 miles per gallon combined between city and highway driving, and then this has 22 miles of electric driving range. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So as I said earlier, this is a Rubicon, but it's not just any Rubicon, it's a Rubicon X. And so we'll kind of talk about that as we go through the video. So you guys can see I've got hood venting here. You got the 4xE logo on the hood as well. And then we've got these upgraded LED lights here on the front end, and then look at the new grille. I think it looks really sharp. We do have the upgraded steel bumper, as you can see. We also have the blue recovery points because it's a 4xE, and then you got fog lights in that bumper as well. And so putting it all together, it definitely has a cool look with all the elements put together. Now popping around the side, this is the part that actually surprises me. We have 33s wrapped around 17-inch wheels. The Rubicon X that I reviewed about a week ago had 35s, but I guess if you have a Rubicon X on the 4xE, you don't get 35s. Kind of confusing, but there you go. We've got Rubicon here on the side, and then you guys can see the giant body painted fender flares, and then you've got all of your blue badges here on the side with some rock rail protection. And when you put it all together, here's your full side view. And those new wheels, they pop out quite a bit. So here's a quick look at our key fob. We have our unlock function or lock function, remote start, and then you got the Jeep logo there on the back. And speaking of back, we'll open up the tailgate here. As you can see, we'll actually open it up a little bit more. There you go. And then we can open up the window. We've got tons of space here in the rear. You guys can see we've got a 12-volt here in the back, and then we got the cage here as well. Alpine sound system with this. And when you're all done, just plop that and plop that back into place. And then you guys can see we've got these LED taillights here. Got the blue recovery point again because 4xE life. And then we have a spare 33 in the back. And putting things all together, let me know your thoughts on the looks here of the 4xE, but I think it looks pretty cool. Now popping inside, we've got soft touch here at the top of the door panel. We've got the blue stitching, then you got more soft touch where you rest your arm. And then this has the upgraded Napa leather seats, again with the blue stitching because of the X package. Legroom back here is really good. We got a little storage pocket. We've got some vents here in the back, window controls as well. And you guys can see the outlet there at the bottom. And then last but not least, headroom's good. Now taking a look at the door panel, again, soft touch here up front. Then you guys can see the padding with the stitching. And then we've got our mirror adjustments, door lock and unlock. And then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. We've got 850 pounds of payload capacity for those of you that are wondering. And then look at these seats here. So you guys can see the leather here, Rubicon, and then continues all along the bottom. Power adjustments here on the side as well. And then we've got some stuff for the hybrid system. That's just pop up in the gas cap stuff. But anyways, you got your hybrid mode, your electric mode, and then your e-save mode, which will charge the battery. And then you guys can see the light controls. And I guess while we're talking about the hybrid stuff, we do have the little charge port here on the front fender. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, soft touch all around. We got the blue stitching on the center portion, radio controls in the back with our cruise control and adaptive cruise control, controls for the center stack, and then you got your stocks there on the back. Now taking a look at the gauge cluster itself, you guys can see the RPMs there on the side, and then we have the hybrid information here on the other side to let you know if you're using power, if you're charging. And then here in the center, you guys can see the range with the different systems. So it shows you like your fuel range, it shows you your total range, battery range, all of that. We're at 95% or 98% state of charge with the battery right now. And then in reverse, you guys can see we've got the backup camera here, and of course it's warning us that there's someone coming in the rear. We also have the front camera view, which is pretty cool. Good resolution. And then we've got the new infotainment system, so shortcut bar here on the side. It does take a second for some of the tabs to load up, as you can see, but responds pretty well overall. You do have dual zone climate and heated seats, and of course got the vehicle tab with the little Wrangler on it. I don't know, I think that's cool. And then this does have stuff like the off-road pages as well. You can see here with the stitching on the dash, but my favorite part's down below with the blue stitching and then this trim here. I like just the overall look of that, and then you got the grab handle down below that. Again, new vents here, no circular vents in the center anymore. All of our analog radio controls, heated seats. You also have the controls for the climate system, and then this is for your regen. So if you want it to be more of like a, not quite a one pedal, but closer to a one pedal drive, off-road cruise control. And then we got our window controls down below, 12 volt here, and then you guys can see the little charging areas, what we'll call it, auxiliary buttons behind. And then you got your off-road plus, sway bar disconnect, front and rear lockers. And then we also have our four-wheel drive select, so we got two-wheel high, four-wheel auto, four-wheel high part-time, neutral, obviously, and then four-wheel low. Shifter for that 8-speed automatic transmission. And then you got your parking brake right next to it. Some cup holder action, and then nice padding and trim here on the center console. A little bit smaller, but that's kind of just Wrangler center console life. Same thing with the glove box, smaller, but again, that's just what you deal with in a Wrangler. And then this does come with the top insulation, and that, in addition to the extra window insulation and door insulation, should make this quite a bit quieter compared to a 23. Now here's a quick look at the window sticker. Again, you can see Rubicon X 4xe, 60,585 base MSRP. The Rubicon X package is $8,500 bucks. You can see all the stuff that it adds. Total MSRP on this one is $71,770. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, 4xe away. Honestly, I did this review thinking this was just a regular 4xe. Didn't realize this was a Rubicon X. And, well, if I'm being completely candid, I'm slightly disappointed that this doesn't have 35s. Like, I thought that the Rubicon X was like the fully loaded 35 version of the Wrangler, but I guess that's just not reality. Jeep, if you're watching this, put 35s on the 4xe. I understand that it, well, no, actually I don't understand. I was gonna say, I kind of understand that it defeats somewhat of the purpose of the 4xe, because the 4xe is supposed to be more economical, and big tires and an upgraded axle ratio make it less economical. But at the same time, the people demand 35s on everything. 35 the world. Anyways, first off, we're in full electric mode. I just have it set in the hybrid setting here. Yeah, so it'll do what it wants to do, but it's, you know, putting it in the electric mode right now. Nice tremor, Atlas, or not Atlas blue, Azure gray, whatever, blue, I can't remember. I just work here, guys. Drives really well, it's smooth. You can tell a difference with the extra sound deadening. I will say that does make a perceivable difference with how much noise comes into the Wrangler. So it does feel more like a quote-unquote real vehicle, right? Where, and we'll see on the highway here if it, you know, with the wind noise, but it seems like it's just way more insulated overall. I love how smooth this is. Again, we're in the fully electric mode. Engine has not even popped on once. But it shows you how much you can use the electric mode. I have several friends that have these 4xes, and they, you know, just charge them up at work and they never use any gas. Unless they go on longer trips. Which is nice. Yeah, we're still, I mean, over 40 miles an hour and we're still electric. So we're gonna get into it a little bit, so pop the engine on. That's quick. It seems more seamless than I remember it before. Like, there is obviously a little bit of a lag because you press in the pedal and then it goes, oh wait, we need to turn the engine, we need to be in the right, all that kind of stuff. But it seems like they've improved the hybrid system. Now, this does still have more wind noise than a traditional vehicle, like a, you know, like a traditional crossover that's, you know, not a block of cheese. But it's better than before. Like, I could actually have a conversation with someone next to me and I don't have to feel like I'm yelling for them to hear me. You do have to still kind of elevate your voice a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. So, and I can tell you, like, as someone who reviews cars and I have to talk to you guys through the camera, I don't have to talk as loud for you guys to pick up my voice in this video, which I think is really cool. So to fully cap things off, I love the looks of this. I do like some of the new creature comforts, like the power seat, all that kind of stuff. I'm still personally not like sold on the power seat because, like, I don't care about that. I know some people really like that, but for me, it's like I put my seat in one position and then just leave it there. I don't need a power seat. The new infotainment system, it seems fine. I still prefer the old one, like how it looked, personally. But yeah, the 4xe, it seems, I don't know like if they technically changed anything, but this seems to drive better than the last 4xe I reviewed. It seems to just be more seamless with the overall system, which is good. And this does handle, still, it feels like the Wrangler handles better. It seems like they changed the steering. It's quick. I mean, for a Jeep, it's quick. So let me know your thoughts on the new 4xe. My thoughts are, I think this new setup is better than the previous 4xe, but I'm sad that we don't have 35s. Jeep, give us 35s.